Alrighty guys, welcome back to another very special episode of Grim Reaper RC, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing the Ultra Dragon Legacy. Now, how I got this set is absolutely insane, so make sure you guys stay tuned for the video and the description of how I got this. So let's jump right into it. So with that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching this very special episode of Grim Reaper RC, where we go through the legacy version of the Ultra Dragon. Now, if I remember correctly, I do believe that my mother back in 2011 actually purchased me the original one. I'm going to have to go through all of my boxes at home and see if I have it, but back in the day when I started up the Grim Reaper RC channel, I ended up going through and selling a majority of my Legos to fund one of the first RC projects, which I still do have. And I'm probably going to do a great dive video where I go through all of my Lego sets fully built and then show you which ones I sold and what I ended up doing to progress my business here. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Grim Reaper RC. We are trying to upload absolutely every single day of the 2026 year starting now. I did have a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning of the year with breaking my cell phone, but we are back now. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you all in the very next episode of Grim Reaper RC. And don't forget to check out my eBay page, which is JUSROM-8, where you guys can find all of these items and so much more. Thank you so much for watching. Taking a look at the Fire Dragon head, this thing is absolutely insane. It looks so good. It has the stud shooters on the side, and it is a printed brick for the eyeballs, which looks perfect. I do like how on the inside of the mouths as well, there is the spinner bottoms that are translucent, and they are color matching to the Ninja's color code. There is a blue one for Zane here that is the translucent blue on the ice face here, which looks so good. This looks perfect. You do get some translucent studs for the stud shooter as well. Most of them have different color eyes, but you can see 2 of them are gold and 2 of them are blue compared to the original ones, which were a little bit different. Placing the stud shooter back in. I did actually get this set in a very crazy way, as I was talking about in the intro. You can see here there is orange for the Earth Dragon here for Cole, and then yellow over on the side for the Lightning for Jay's Lightning Dragon here, which this looks so good. You can see it does come with the Legacy Lloyd over here in his DX Legacy suit, which looks so good. The dragon does have claws here, which do move up and down. There are 3 on the front, and you do not get any claws on the back. It is just regular in the back. Now, opening his wings, you can see how absolutely massive this is here. I will put the dragon's head over back on here for the Fire Dragon. This is for Kai, his Fire Dragon. Now this is the Ultra Dragon, which is the combined dragon. It is for all 4 of them. Now in the first season of Ninjago back in 2011, they all had individual dragons. They ended up going back to their hometown where the dragons were from. It was a different realm, I believe, and that is where the dragons ended up merging and coming back for one of the final battle fights with the Great Devourer. Now, if many of you are fans of the show from 2011, you will remember that the original set does come with the Great Devourer itself, but that does take pieces, so they ended up doing a fully brick-built head system on this dragon here, instead of doing the rubberized head pieces. Now, when they were doing the rubberized head pieces, there were much more piece count availability for them to have a separate build. Now, speaking of separate builds in this set, you do get a little side build over here. It does include a translucent green stud shooter on here as well, and you do get the little purple anaconda. Now, I do not know why they have the anaconda snakes here when supposedly Pythor P. Chumsworth is the last anaconda. So having the purple anaconda on here does not make sense unless we're talking about Season 4 Tournament of Elements. But you guys can see here, if we do hit the stud shooter, you can basically shoot them back and forth at each other, and it is super fun and definitely a really cool side piece. Now, instead of having this side piece and some brick-built heads, I do kind of wish they had the Great Devourer, but I'm glad they went as in detail as they did here. Now, this set does come with Pythor. I do not have him over here. I will be grabbing him in 1 second once we edit the video a little bit, so that will be on some movie magic when you guys see Pythor next. And taking a look at the Ultra Dragon here from the backside, you can actually see, if you lift up this translucent green piece here, you can actually see there is a little pivot joint, and this pivot joint makes it so you can wag the tail back and forth, and it is very reminiscent of the 2011 Cole's Dragon as well, which looks so good. Now, here is one of the downfalls to this set, which I'm pretty sure all of you can kind of see right now, is once you have the wings open, there is no good way to have the legs facing. Now, what do I mean by which way do the legs face? Now, you can see that there are no elbow joints and there are no shoulder joints on this build here. That makes it so the only pivot point is on the hands. So once it's in this flight mode, if you want to have it on display and not just hanging from a ceiling, it is very difficult to do. It looks like Lloyd is falling off of the dragon itself, and it does look a little bit funky, but for what it is, I think having it with the wings down to kind of block some of the build makes it look super clean, and you guys can see from this perspective, it looks absolutely amazing, especially once you hide the pivot joints. Now, speaking of minifigures, what do we get inside of the box here? You do get Lloyd, you get Pythor, you get Sensei Wu. Now, Sensei Wu is in his Legacy uniform here. You can see the golden dragon on the back. Now, this is Legacy Wu. Legacy Wu comes in a few different sets. You can get him in the Ultra Dragon, which we have here, and you can also get him in the, I believe you can get him in the Dojo, which is a very limited set as well for the Legacy series. You do get a 4-armed Garmadon, which is very cool as well. I'll put him over on the side here. You do get a Garmadon, which looks very, very, very good. Now, you do get 2 of the Fang Pyre blades, which is very awesome. Pythor does hold those as well. You get a bunch of different translucent stud pieces as well, just in case you lose them. You get a yellow extra one for the lightning, you get a few extra orange ones, and you get a few flame pieces. Anything that could basically fall off, you do get a spare for, which is very cool. Even the diamond piece that is on the side of the ice dragon over here. Now, do I wish there was some more spare seating over here on the dragon itself? Yes, I do, but you can put more people up on the backside. Now, inside of the TV show, yes, Lloyd was the only one who basically owns this dragon, so it is Lloyd who is on it, but there are times where multiple ninja do go on it. Speaking of the snakes, what snakes do we get inside of here? We do get 1 extra snake here. This is the Legacy version of, I believe this is Spitta here. I forget his name. I'll have to search it before uploading this video. And then you do get this guy here, which looks absolutely awesome. I do love how basically the snakes are color coordinated to the ninja as well. There's the red snakes, there's the blue snakes, the black snakes, and the green snakes, which is very, very, very cool. Pythor being the purple one, which is a very rare and limited one. Now, looking inside of the studio, I do think that this Ultra Dragon just looks absolutely insane. You can see in size comparison what it looks like to a minifigure beside him. It just looks absolutely massive. I mean, you can see the paws of the dragon is about the size of a minifigure itself, which looks so, so, so cool. So now let's get to how did I obtain this set. It is a very crazy story. Many of you have seen my other uploads. I do actually plumbing for my day-to-day life. So going out on a service call, I was fixing someone's sump pump in their basement, which if you do not know what that is, go ahead and do a quick Google search because I know you're on a computer right now. I was fixing their sump pump and I look over to the side and I saw that there was 2 Ninjago boxes. This was inside of one of the boxes and there was another box. I'm not going to tell you how much I ended up getting these for because that would definitely defeat the purpose. But I'm going to tell you that I didn't spend a single dollar. That's the only way I'm going to put it. Other than that, you guys are going to have to guess how I achieved these items.